All right, guys, welcome back to prepping my drift car for the 2025 season. Unfortunately, the 44 mil wastegate V-bands that I purchased have not shown up yet. They were shipped through UPS, but they have been transferred to the USPS, and in that transfer, now instead of them being delivered yesterday, which was Saturday, they are now expected to arrive on Tuesday. So that's a little unfortunate. The wastegate is really the only thing keeping me from starting the car. I'm able to attach the downpipe and rotate it so it's coming out the hood, so I'm not just spitting exhaust gases at the motor. But luckily, as you can see, I have a 44 mil V-band in my hand here. I'm in the process of building another turbo e36 sedan for my buddy Louie, and his car's not even close yet. We haven't even taken the head off the motor to do the head gasket. So I'm just going to take his V-band and he can have my V-band when it comes in, or whatever works out better. But it's Sunday at 7 o'clock in the morning. I ended up not coming back to the shop yesterday because I just didn't feel like it after working until 3 a.m. on Saturday morning. But yeah, I'm just gonna put the wastegate on, and then I'm going to get into fixing the front bumper. And what else? There was one more thing that I wanted to do this morning. Either way, we're going to get into fixing the front bumper because after driving it this winter, it really took a beating and it needs some help. And I'm trying to avoid spending another $150 on a new bumper, so we're going to see what we can do. So the wastegate installation is pretty straightforward. We just pop this guy up here like that. Throw the clamp on it. Drop the bolt. Now try and find the bolt. Drop the nut. Now try and find the nut. Oh man. I love working on a Sunday morning. I was actually really excited driving over here. I don't normally wake up early to come work on my car. Drop the nut again. Oh, this time you really lost it. Where did it go? Almost out of reach, but we got it. Okay. So it's started. Now you just got to get the right angle to it, to where there's a little, just a hand, just a finger of clearance around everything. So I just tapped this with my finger and I think it's loose. Yep. Definitely hand tight. Not that I need it because I don't run water to the wastegate, but that's nice. That's good. when you're just, you know, putting it back together, you gotta push that part. I mean, it's like that for not that long. Okay, so that's tight. That ain't going nowhere. We got room between. We got a little bit of room here. I mean, it's not touching. It shouldn't touch. They're both attached to the same piece, so there shouldn't really be any flex between that. Oh, it's not. The fitting's not tight to the turbo, because I think what I'm gonna do, work with me as I get up. So I have, let me grab the light. So you can see on the bottom of the turbo, I have this long straight drain, and with how far down this goes, it forces me to use a 90 at the bottom of it. But if I bring it up more, which I have a shorter one somewhere, I do have a shorter one from a previous turbo setup. I just had it yesterday. I'm not sure exactly where I put it, but I do have one. So if I can go to a shorter drain off of the turbo, I'll be able to use a better angle than the 90 on the drain tube, which will be nice. It'll help it drain a little bit easier. I think I'm gonna just left it over here. Let's see what we got. See, I got a bunch of stuff, old fittings and adapters for turbo stuff, and more adapters for turbo stuff, and more adapters for turbo stuff, and yeah. So I know I have that fitting around. I was looking at it the last time I was here, so I know it's here somewhere. I just can't recall where I put it down, which always seems to be my problem. Like, here's all my other fittings that I was using to fix it. Huh, that is strange. What did I do with it? Did I put it in the bag? No, I didn't put it in the bag. It's not in this box. I wonder if I put it in my other box. It's not up in the engine bay. Oh, move my GoPro stuff. That's strange. I don't know what I did with it. I don't know what I did with it. I'm really good at this. Losing stuff. I have it in my hand 1 second. Not even that I had it today, but I pulled it out Saturday, and I was looking at it and I was like, oh wow, if I switch to this drain off of the turbo, it'll give me a lot better angle than this extra long one. Because with the extra long one, I was looking at So with the extra long one, I was looking at getting a flexible one, which would essentially do the same thing as having it just be shorter. Because if it's just shorter, I'll be able to just use a nicer line, or a fitting with less of an angle. I have this one, hang on. So I have this one, but it looks like I have to weld onto it or get another adapter to screw into that. So this is the same style that I had, but I would like maybe that, because I wonder if that screws into it. But I think these are for this oil filter housing. I think those are for this. So I don't think that's, I don't know. It depends on the threads. Oh, there it is. I knew I took it out when I had it out. Yeah, so it's just a little short stubby guy. So this should allow me, you can see the difference. Hang on, let me set this light up. So you can see the difference in length. This one is very short compared to that one. So this one will allow me to use that better angle on that fitting down there instead of using a 90. So that's if this drain gives me a problem. If the drain doesn't give me a problem, then I'm obviously just going to send it. There's not really a need to change it if it works. So if that doesn't work, I have options, and if it does work, sick. So wastegate is installed. Let me grab this, which is the, man, it's too early. My brain doesn't work. I'm either too late and my brain doesn't work, or too early and my brain doesn't work. So this is the banjo bolt for the wastegate. Yeah, so let's do it. You can see this is the line that is for the banjo. It's pretty long right now. I'm going to make it shorter, but I needed to get the wastegate installed first so that I could decide how the line's going to be run. So it goes into this port right here. I could also put it into this one, or I believe there's another one. Yeah, there's another one over on this side. Or that, I think that might be a water port. Yeah, so that's a water port on the other side. Okay, so I can put it here or here. And probably just going to go here, because I feel like here might get a little hot, whereas over here I can wrap it down. Oh, looks like I take this off. Don't need that extra length anymore. And yes, I'm gonna put a hose clamp on it, don't worry. Possibly, depending on how how tight the hose goes on, because I only run 10 psi, so it's not like I'm pushing a bunch of pressure through these lines. It's only 10 psi, so yeah. So this fitting is going to go in here. And this is going to be the reference for my wastegate. Is that a 10? That's pretty nice. We just come up to here like that. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to need a clamp. I can barely get this hose on. I don't know how easily it's going to pop off. But I'll do it. Just because not having a wastegate reference will close the wastegate and you will boost to the moon. So any precaution you can do to keep your wastegate reference on will be beneficial to keeping your motor alive. Alright, so that's on. It loops around. It stays out of the way of everything. Yeah, I like that. Cool. Probably will end up chopping this. Just because I don't like how low it hangs, so I'll probably end up chopping it like, you know, a little above the intercooler. You know, try and keep it in line with like the rack, just so, you know, I'm not dragging this along the ground in the front. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I can deal with that. So let's move to the bumper. So here's my little corner of body panels and stuff. I got my stack of drift spares and whatnot. Here's the rear bumper that has to go on the car. See, it's got that little M3 little center thing there. But here's the bumper that I was running this winter. Oh, I'm spilling stuff. See if I can get through here to an open area. That's good enough. So my bumper, you can see in here I have my washer fluid reservoir mounted. And I've got the fog light deletes. I do have the deletes on both sides. Hang on, let me get my light. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at this filming stuff, guys. I'm getting there. Maybe one day I'll have a friend that can film for me, but it really is hard to do all this stuff by yourself. So, as I was saying, the bumper got kind of destroyed over the winter time. Not that the car is slammed, but driving it in, like, you know, 3-4 inches of snow is going to damage it. And if you look, you can see the stitch marks and the plastic welding staples where it has already been put back together before. So I kind of expected that this bumper was going to get destroyed over the winter time, but it definitely got more damage than I expected. So it kind of completely separated in the middle, and I don't really want to put it back together, nor do I want to have to mount this reservoir in another bumper, nor do I want to have to buy another bumper. So I did the next best thing, and I bought a lip. We're gonna see if the lip is any good, or if the lip fits the bumper. I might have to get not get a different bumper, but use a different bumper. I think it's for, I think the lip is for a factory style bumper, like a regular E36 non-M, and I have a Rep M bumper. So this is the lip. It's supposed to cover the whole bottom of the bumper, and the this is where the fog light goes. So it's supposed to go up to the edge where the fog light is, and it'll mount there. So I'm gonna take the fog light covers off, the plate off, and see if this lip will fit on this bumper. And if the lip doesn't fit on the bumper, then I do have another idea. I don't really like this idea as much, but it'll do. Just because this bumper is already trimmed for everything. Obviously the reservoir is mounted in there already. The sides are already trimmed for my tires and the angle kit. The plate's already mounted to it. It's already got the fog light deletes. It's already got the reservoir in it. It'll just be way easier if this lip will fit on this bumper. But if it doesn't, we do have a second option. My buddy Brian, who recently moved back to California, was getting rid of some stuff and had a front bumper for an E36 laying around, and it is not the prettiest by any means, but he said if I want it, I can have it. So this bumper has already been modified like mine on the corners for an angle kit. It was destroyed in the middle, but again, if I'm fixing it with a lip, it'll work fine. And yeah, no, that's pretty much it. But yeah, it's an M Rep bumper, same as mine, but the difference is this one, if you look at the base of it, doesn't have a lip molded on and is rounded. When you look at my bumper, my current bumper, it's just a windshield washer, I'll let it drip, it's okay. When you look at my bumper, this way more, you can see at the base of it, there's already a lip molded to the bumper. So you see this one, how it's rounded, and this one has a lip on it already. So if this lip doesn't fit my current bumper because of the lip that it has on, it will fit this bumper. Now, that's kind of annoying because as you can see, this one is unpainted, but the lip is unpainted too. So I'm gonna have to do some painting regardless. So if it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world because I'm still able to make a bumper work. So let's see what we can do. So I'm actually going to call it for this one. As I was editing all the clips together, I realized that I recorded a lot more than I remembered on Sunday. So if you want to see how the non-M lip looks on the M bumper, or if you want to see what I do with my fan shroud or what I do with my downpipe, it will be in the next video, which will probably be dropped either later tonight or tomorrow, depending on when I get to editing the rest of the clips. But that'll do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the progress that I made on the turbo car, and I hope you're looking forward to the next one as much as I am.